Welcome to Skyton Academy, where we believe in shaping futures through knowledge and growth. As one of our 5 pillars, personal development is at the core of our mission. Here, students delve into all aspects of personal growth through our curated courses and masterclasses. Imagine honing your cognitive abilities with certified brain training, or mastering the art of planning and execution, and that's just the beginning. More exciting courses are on the horizon, including mindset mastery, critical thinking skills, and much more to come. Enroll today for just $50 a month and embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation at Skyton Academy. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing out there? This is another episode of Expat Life, Part 2. We are joined by our guest, Valyn Lyons. All right, today we're going to be talking about the expat life in the UK. Let's dive into it.
All right, appreciate it. Valyn, thank you for taking time out today to connect. So just to give a little backstory, she had posted on a post that I had that actually went viral, and since they've taken it down since, so I don't have any more correspondence with that one, but I met a lot of interesting people who have moved in various places. So part one was a young lady from Thailand, also in real estate. She's a investor. So she took her, she took everything to Thailand and she lowered her cost of living, her health benefits. So we got to hear a lot about just the changes the minute you hit a different part of the world. So today, Valyn, just can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Yes, absolutely. I'm Valyn Cole Lyons. I am a broker here in Atlanta. I've been in real estate for about 20 years. But my background, I was originally from Florida. Came here to Atlanta, saw the Black excellence and wanted to be a part of it. So I picked up and moved early 2000s. So I've been in Atlanta ever since. And so it's pretty much it.
All right. So what motivated you to leave America?
That's another podcast, but I'll give you the short version of it. 2021, my husband at the time was deported. And so we made a decision not to fight the deportation, but to go back to the country he was born in, which was the United Kingdom in London. So I was like, let's do it.
Okay. And then, so how did you prepare for that particular move, considering you had a brokerage here in the States?
Yes, so that was a really a crazy time. So dealing with the whole ICE situation, looking at it on TV and then being a part of it was a whole different ball game to learn about the country that we live in and all of its rules and regulations. It's really funny. So I had to get a partner visa, which was like this big. Because the United Kingdom wants all of your accounting, your bank accounts. They want to make sure that you can sustain yourself when you get over there. I also had to pay for my health insurance up front. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, so I think it was like another $2,500 on top of whatever my partner visa was. So yeah, you have to get all of that in place before they will give you a partner visa.
So your health insurance, was that prepaid for the year, or was it kind of?
Not just for the year, for the amount, the length of the first visa. I think it's like a little over 2 years, like 2 years, 9 months or something like that. So it covers you throughout that time. It's their free healthcare. That's another topic. Free is not always good. I always compare it to the free lunch that I got at the Boys and Girls Club compared to the paid lunch.
Interesting.
So
what jumped out at you with it not technically being free? I get it that you had to pay, but what are you paying for other services?
Well, no, it is free. It is free healthcare, but my thing is free is not always good. The cold cuts that came and wrapped in the plastic it was free, but it wasn't good.
I understand.
So I equate that to the healthcare.
All right. So what was your first initial impression of the UK? Did you ever visit there prior to making them?
No, I was just thinking about this when I was reading your questions. I was like, oh my gosh, that was the first time I took an 8-hour flight, the longest flight I ever took. And when I took it, I didn't come back. Like it was like a one way. I shipped my boxes. So I left that part out. So when I prepared to move, I rented a place. It was the hottest building in Manchester city center. I'm in real estate. If I can't find the hottest building, throw the whole broker away. Okay.
Right.
Rooftop soccer. It was bomb. So, that was exciting. So found a location that we were going to stay in, decided on Manchester just based off of the up and coming cities and, where would it make sense for a real estate person to go? And that's how I chose that. And then I shipped, I think it was 6 or 8 huge boxes on a crate. I had to stack them up outside my house, wrap them in plastic. And the company came, and I didn't ship everything because I just wasn't sure if it was going to make it. But just some things to make it feel like home, familiar things, even pots, pans, just things, pictures, and, I had like 4 suitcases. And that's another thing. When you're moving out of the country, you take advantage of every suitcase that the airline will allow. When your family comes, they're bringing stuff for you. Everybody's bringing stuff. So yeah, I shipped my things over there. So when we got there, it was there. And I also ordered Amazon because there's no sheets. When you're relocating, you have nothing there. There's nothing. So soap, towels, just everything that you'll need, forks, coffee cups, like we're literally starting from scratch. Our boxes came probably about after maybe 4 weeks of being there. And then out in the front of the house, we're looking like Americans with all of our stuff because we're the only ones with stuff. Yeah, we got all the stuff we have to have. So yeah, that was my first time going there was with 4 suitcases, and I didn't know what to expect. Long 8-hour flight. I got off and I was like, wow, it looks just like the pictures.
Right. So you mentioned having a son. How old is he, and did he make the move with you?
He's 16. No, he didn't move. He stayed here with his father in the US. He came during the summer. So that's why every summer we were traveling Europe. We were in Greece, Italy, Venice. He's been everywhere. And they asked him, what did he do this summer? He's like, oh, nothing exciting. Because he's been traveling for the last 3 years. So now he's homeschooling. So now he's making the move with me. So I pulled him out of school because that's a broken system. That system is not for my kid. And so I just took him out, and now I'm homeschooling him because I don't want him to be, that is a form of institutionalism, I believe. So another podcast.
Another podcast. No, I'm with you on that one. Okay. So how much more difficult would it have been if you had to take him on that 8-hour flight initially?
It wouldn't have been that difficult at all. He's a sweet kid. He didn't want to leave dad, and my mom and my grandmother was here, and he felt like he needed to be the man in the house for them. And I was going to be fine because my husband at the time, I was going with him. And so Brock came. I think I was there for my first time out coming back to the US was maybe 6 months. Okay. And then I came back, and then Brock came with us.
So what were some of the biggest challenges you faced during those first initial months?
Oh my gosh, the first week was the money, because you want to know how to exchange your money really quickly. And it's the sizes, and then I can't see. So I'm like, is that 10, 5, 50? Your money is the most important thing. So I went old school. I got a sheet of paper. I taped it to the sheet, and I wrote the coin, what was underneath it. Because I'm like, if I don't know nothing else, I'm going to know my money. When you're in Mexico and in different countries, you're only there for the week. You don't really need to know the money. You just need to get by, Right. But this is my new place that I'm going to live. So, and they were very helpful. I'll give them a dime. They're like, no, that's too much. Or no, that one. I'm like, okay. So I was like, no more of that. This is not vacation. This is my home. So that was challenging. And then I would just say the food, just getting accustomed to there's no sugar in anything. I think I bought 4 yogurts before I realized they all only had 3 ingredients, and they're all going to taste like Greek yogurt.
Good or bad?
I'm 40 pounds lighter, so I think it's good. You just get accustomed to how to I add fruits to it if I want it more sugar taste to it, or maybe some honey on top. But you're not going to get those sugary yogurts like we have here. You're just not going to find them.
So you did see a change in your health,
absolutely,
just through diet.
Yes. I actually posted that a picture of what I looked at, 180 pounds in the US. Everything was so swollen, and then within the first week, I think I lost 10 pounds, and then my grandmother made me go to the doctor. She said something was wrong with me. And I'm like, nothing's wrong. I walk everywhere
Right.
and there's no sugar in anything and everything is organic. Like, it's not, there's nothing's processed. Like if you can find a few processed things, but I'll tell you the story real quick. So I bought chicken nuggets. They were crusted and everything, right? Like the ones we get. I stuck them in the air fryer for like 10 minutes. That's all you need for processed chicken nuggets. I go to bite it. It's raw. It's real chicken.
Okay.
It needs more than 10 minutes.
So the adjustment in cooking their so-called processed food.
The processed food, just they don't have a lot of condiments, cooking and seasoning and grocery shopping is different. We have consumerism and so we have 12 different types of toilet paper. There's 2, pick these. And then you can't go to like a Target and a Walmart. Like I can't get printer paper when I go get groceries. And I can't get makeup from the grocery store either. I have to go to Boots. So I have to go to Aldi for groceries, Boots for makeup. Then I have to go to another store for printer paper. Like it's not so easy for you to spend all of your money.
Gotcha. So you have to go out of your way to.
Yeah,
you have to know you want something.
They have stores, but their main thing isn't stuff products in your face to me. And I look for things to buy and shop. So
you're saving a little bit.
Oh yeah, you're saving a lot. Like the cost of living is completely different. We spent $90, 90 pounds on groceries, and that was for 5 of us for like 3 days. And we had too much food. I had to put it in another refrigerator because we just are so used to buying food and storing it, and the food there doesn't keep. It doesn't keep. Like, don't buy bread if you're not gonna eat it now. Like all of your foods are like that. Everything goes bad in like a day or 2. It's meant to consume at that time. It doesn't have all of those preservatives and additives in it. So that's a really big part.
Yeah. And I learned that fast when I traveled back to my country, Haiti. I was born here, but that's when I started to realize like what real organic food is, even the ones that's labeled here. I mean, the minute you pull something out of the ground, it's just, it's done. Eggs can't sit in the refrigerator for more than a day, if not same day. Wow.
Yeah.
So money wise, what's the dollar trading against the pound? Are they similar in value currently?
No, I wish. You let me know when it is and I'm gonna transfer some money.
Okay.
No, when I transfer money, I'm just like, why me? Like it's almost half. If at this point, like if you're sending 3,000 over there, it's less than 1,500 once it yeah. The pound is the strongest dollar right now.
Right.
So you're definitely losing money. So that's why I make money. I make money in the UK so that I can make money in pounds.
Okay. So you couldn't really rely. So your income would take a hit if it was solely on your brokerage in the States.
Well, yeah, if I solely just was always transferring money over, I'm going to lose the value of my money transferring it over. So that's why I had to make money in the UK. So having that partner visa allows you to establish a business and everything. So I started a business in London. Well, that's my address.
Oh, congratulations on that. Was it easy to navigate starting a business compared to America?
Yes. It's pretty easy to set up. There's companies that do it for you that'll set it up. You pay them 90 pounds and they'll set up everything, give you your address. So I just was able, the first part is being able to work there and earn an income there. It depends on what your visa is. Not all visas allow you to work in the United Kingdom.
All right. So if you could highlight one of these. So how did you adapt to the cultural difference between here in America and in the UK when you arrived? What's the biggest thing that stood out?
The biggest thing that stood out is I'm a Black American.
Okay.
And I'm exotic and people stare at me when they hear me talking. Like how we would do them over here. Now that's me, and people are complimenting my accent and asking me where I'm from, and I'm the one that people are looking at. Little kids are staring at my voice, and it took a while for me to realize that they were not staring at me because I was Black. They were staring at me because I'm an American.
Mm.
And that's different. It's very different. It's
Did
not a lot of us. You
you
don't get.
feel comfortable or?
Oh, no, I definitely feel comfortable. It's so great. When I first relocated in 2021, there wasn't a lot of this travel and invest and buy real estate and travel. And so now I can see more Americans traveling. Like I hit them up when I see that they're expats. I'm like, yo, I'm an expat, because it's very lonely over there for us. Because like over here, we have this Black thing where when you see another Black person, like we like speak, like, right?
Right.
It's just me. It's a Black thing, right?
And
Well,
there's a nonverbal too, without us having any.
it's just like we girls, we do it, everybody does it. So over there, when you see someone that looks like you, they're not Black, they're probably African, more than like they're African or Caribbean descent, but the way that they describe where they're from is different. They're like Afro-Caribbean. That's another topic. But yeah, so no one does that to me.
Okay.
No one acknowledges that we are both of brown skin. And that's I miss that.
They're not coming up to you and just touching your crown, are they?
No, no one's doing that. No one's doing
Okay.
This is the United Kingdom now. Now, maybe when I went to Malaga and they said they hadn't seen an American in like 4 years.
Wow. So we may have to have a couple other conversations to this one. So describe your typical day in a life in the UK. You wake up and what?
So the typical day goes to your other question, like what's one of the main differences? We work hard over here. We work hard, we stress, we don't have a work-life balance, man. I can't take it. I'm suffering. Y'all are rich. I can't do it. But so this is my day in England. I get up probably around 4 a.m. US time. Okay, so probably like 9 a.m. UK time. And I have coffee, I just chill. I say I'm gonna go to the gym. I may do yoga. I may dress for the gym, but I'm just chill. I may go get my nails done. I may go to the mall. May watch a movie. I'm just chilling. Or if I'm not traveling. So I mainly am going somewhere else. I'm hardly ever in the UK. I'll go to Spain, I'll go to Portugal, I'll pop over to Greece, I'll go to Paris, I'll go to Italy. I'll just go somewhere because it's close and it's not expensive. So like, why stay here and do nothing? I can go there. And then I try to make sure I'm back by what's like 10 a.m. US time, because my meetings probably start around 11. And then that'll put me at about 5 o'clock UK time. So my day is pretty much over there. I've been out, I ate, I met someone, if I did something, I'm at the end of my day, and then I just get my laptop and I work.
All right. So now that you're making money there, what's the cost of living like in comparison to the US? So I get that if you transfer, you lose value, but if you're making money in the UK, what's that?
So where you live at determines like your rent, your mortgage. That's going to depend if you're going to London, if you're going to go to Manchester, if you're going to go to Leeds, so where I am in Manchester, let's say we have a 2-bedroom flat, which is a really, really nice building. And we're probably paying around £2,100. And that's floor to ceiling windows, rooftop soccer, just, all the bells and whistles. Groceries are here. My grocery bill is probably around $250.
And £2,100 converted would be
probably about 25, 26, something like that.
And that same building in Atlanta would cost you what?
Oh, that same building in Atlanta?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's expensive. At least you're gonna probably pay at least $6,000.
Okay.
To be in that building. Like that building here is going to be definitely top tier because all of the amenities and the way that it's set up is definitely, and because the athletes live in the building there. That's a very popular building for athletes. So it'll give you, if you put that building here and put our athletes in there, you're going to have to scale it up.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
How has your professional life been impacted since moving?
Oh, it's amazing. I have people all over the world that I deal with now in real estate. When we went to Greece, I was able to call someone and they gave us a tour of the properties. I can call someone and see if they have properties in Portugal and Belize. I I feel like I'm well connected. I'm invited to things that people in parliament are there, and the social life is just so gallant. It's just, it's just different. It's very different. It's very different. I enjoy it.
So you've been able to build a new social networking community?
Yes.
Really
yes,
easy?
yes.
Right.
I'm American.
Right. With a great personality. Now go.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm an American. Like, you can put, I'm going to bet on this every time.
Okay.
Yeah,
You miss home?
I
Well,
do.
America?
I do. I miss my friends and I miss my family. I think I know too much now traveling. I know too much about the world. I know too much about food. I know too much about the economy. I know too much about how they're doing us here, that
Mhm.
I just get offended and I just get mad. I turn into like a political angry Black woman, and I want everybody to come with me. I'm going to build an ark and take everybody. So I miss my family. I do miss the familiarity of being around my people and my culture.
Mhm.
But I do like exploring other kind of cultures. So I feel like I have a privilege. That American passport is a privilege. You can go all the way around the world and you can still come back home. So yeah.
So how has living in the UK like changed your life personally?
I'm definitely, my son is in homeschool. He's being homeschooled.
Okay.
I have a 26-year-old who went through school. He said he was the trial and error baby. That kid.
Public school
Yes.
product?
Huh?
Product of public school?
Yes. No. Did he go? He went to public school, but we lived in Alpharetta. In my
Okay.
defense, we were up north
Mm.
in the better schools, but he said he was a trial and error baby. But Brock was in private school, and I took him out of private school to homeschool him. Well, he went to a stint of public school for like 4 months, and it was just like traumatizing. And so I was like, you know what, no one's gonna teach him more or care for him better than me, and make sure that he has the tools that he needs to succeed in this world. And so I can challenge anyone to that. So that is changed that way. I realize when I'm being an American, like, we're very aggressive. We come guns blazing.
Mhm.
That's just our society. It's just like, we don't have and I have to like calm it down and be like, relax, girl, you're in UK now. Like, chill out. It takes a minute. Like, when I get back, I have to like take it off. I have to get it off me, because I'm very aggressive and assertive and business, and they're not like that. They're like, girl,
Mhm.
it's the weekend. It's after 6. They close exactly at 8 o'clock. If you're in line and the store closed at 8, the workers are leaving.
Oh, it's not even last. Yeah, we'll feed. So you're done at that point.
You better get in line at 7:50, because if it hits 8 o'clock, they're literally gonna leave. They're not staying past 8 o'clock. So it's different.
Does that American work ethic give you an advantage?
Yes, that's why I said I'll bet on us every time. It definitely gives me an advantage. I don't sell houses. I definitely am more on the networking and consulting end of real estate over
Mm.
there. Well, I haven't sold a house in over 5 years, but it definitely gives me an advantage. Anything that I want to do over there, I just show up, and
Okay.
I'm going to succeed at it. And we're a beast.
Amazing. So I got to stick with your son because I'm a big family man. How are you going to socialize him if you're going to homeschool him? What's the plan?
Oh, that's great. Oh, I would love for him to chime in on that. Brock is an introvert. Brock says he's not an outside kid. Brock is an online kid. He's 16, so I don't know. I think a lot of these kids are like, their life is online and talking. Like, his friends are online.
Mm.
Like, his friend will be in town. I'm like, you're not gonna go see him? And he's like, maybe. I'm like, that is the weirdest thing. This is like your best friend. And so, yeah, he's very, if we're somewhere, like, we'll go somewhere and it'll be some kids, he may go, and he's a fighter. So like in Manchester, he does martial arts. So
Okay.
he socializes there. We have kids in the building that play soccer up top. So he'll go up there, but he really doesn't want to. He doesn't want, I'm forcing him to do that. He'd rather just get online with his friends and talk to them that way.
Is that online culture similar in the UK than here in America, or do you see it they're a little more dialed into community?
I'll have to say, I don't know about the online culture there. I know when he is doing some of his online games, some of the people that are in part of the world you are in can come on there. But I don't really know the comparison of the two of how it is there and how it is here. Because when we're there, we're in a different time zone. So he doesn't really play as much with his friends as, I mean, I guess he does, but it's a different time of night. Yeah. But yeah, he has his friends that he's had since he was 6 and they're online.
So what advice would you give someone considering leaving America to move to the UK?
Oh, definitely do your research on the healthcare, the dollar, how your dollar is going to convert. You know, I didn't really have a choice at the time, but that's very important. Know the visa process, what the requirements are, how much it's going to cost. Do you have to pay for healthcare? Do you get healthcare when you renew? How long do you have to actually stay before you can go for your citizenship? Because some countries are 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. So it's just a lot. Just research everything. Research, and just know that unless you're going to like Morocco, nowhere else builds these big old houses other than the US.
Okay. So we're not going to see 20,000 square foot.
Don't be taking all your stuff. No, Morocco has huge houses, Africa, Morocco, places like that. But if you're going like to Caribbean, you're going to the UK or EU, like these places are not massive. They're for you to live and to vibe and to be around each other.
If not for that incident that triggered, did you ever think about leaving America?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So I believe that I manifested this life because I always talked about living abroad. I always talked about traveling, and the tongue is powerful. So if you want something, you pray about it, you make it visible, you live that life, you speak it into existence, and it will happen. Because when it happened, one of my girlfriends was like, you did this, like you prayed for this, like this is what you want. I'm like, oh my gosh, it is. So
Manifested it. I love it.
yeah.
So are there any resources or preparation you would recommend to someone?
YouTube University.
YouTube
University. I learned about activated charcoal there and how to prepare when traveling to different countries because I knew I wanted to move about. And just, YouTube helped me clean my closet out because it was talking about living abroad and just downsizing when you're picking up and moving everything. And we had a huge house here, So it was like, if it doesn't bring you joy, trash it, like get rid of it, give it away. And so I was able to go through my closet and keep the pieces that just bring me joy. Not you're going to wear one day, how much you paid for, what it looked like. Literally, does it bring you joy? And that was so helpful for me, like getting rid of all of my American size closets.
And listen, so from the last few people I spoke to who moved, just the mental clarity, the space from that, are you feeling a lot lighter?
Oh, it's very heavy. I was telling my friends and family, all I do is complain while I'm here. Nobody wants to be around me. All I do is complain. I'm not complaining about the food. I'm complaining about the weather. I'm complaining about the traffic. All I do is complain about being here. So when I'm there, I'm so much lighter. And it's because you're not living and working at the same time. Like I've had my whole day unobstructed, no messages, no one bothering me, just whatever I want to do. And then when I come home, then I get to talk to people and do emails.
The work life.
Yes.
So does the work life seem a little bit different with the vertical you just built there? Like what's the biggest difference between?
What do you mean?
Just I know you're very structured with your meetings in the morning. Is it a similar structure in the UK?
I don't work in the UK, like
Oh, you
physically.
don't?
Anything that requires my physical presence, unless it's a speaking engagement or any meetings I'm going to take on Zoom if I can. That way that I can be anywhere in the world that I want to. COVID did that. That wasn't me. If I happen to be in town and we can meet in person, absolutely. But I'm not going to stress about it. I'm going to say the same thing in person or on Zoom.
Okay. So they've adopted the same remote lifestyle.
Yeah. Yes, there's only speaking engagements require you to really be in person. Other than that, no.
Okay. So what are your plans for the future? Do you see yourself staying in the UK long term?
Yes. Well, I looked at some property in Italy to purchase a couple of years ago in Tuscany. So I definitely want to buy some property, different parts of Europe, and just continue to live couple months here, live a couple months there. I haven't committed to living a couple months in the US. I'm just going to come here as needed. I did commit this summer to staying here, which I'm not regretting, but I'm just taking it one day at a time. But definitely, I want to stay long term. I'm setting my life up there. I'm setting my business up there. I'm buying property. That's why I'm moving to Leeds. I'm purchasing a property in Leeds. So yeah.
So I'm going to go offshoot now, since I'm also in real estate. Definitely interested in real estate abroad. Mm-hmm. Did you keep your home here in Georgia? So when you travel,
yep. Here now. Yep.
Okay, beautiful. Now, what are you seeing with real estate around the world that's a bit different than America? And is it traditional in the sense of where you take out heavy debt, or are you able to? Because I know some countries, they don't even allow debt. It's like cash. What do you see?
Here's the amazing part about it. When I first moved to Manchester and we started looking, and I learned that you don't have to, they don't really do debt ratio. That's not a thing. Like, you just show that you can afford the house and they give you loan.
So are they running credit similar to here, or?
Not really, kind of, sort of, no.
So we're doing a lot in this country.
I was pre-approved for, well, it's not called pre-approved, but equivalent to pre-approved for a mortgage. And they literally just asked for my tax return to show how much I made, and asked if I had any debt in the US. And that was pretty much it. And they gave me a principal and decision.
Did they verify the tax returns the same way they would do here?
I don't know how they do what they do. Because I didn't actually, I didn't go all the way through the process with that company, but yeah, no, everything else has been cash. But they don't, in Portugal, I was getting it, that Portugal took forever. Now, the thing is that different countries, some countries take a long time to approve you, and you need certain things to purchase, and certain like numbers, tax numbers and IDs and stuff. That's like that's the tricky part, is knowing what do you need to purchase. But getting approved for it, they even have things now for expat loans. So no. And then it's not that hard. And the interest rate is low. It's like 3-4%.
Okay. So your husband, black male?
Ex-husband.
Ex-husband. Black male?
Yes. Yes.
What's the adjustment for him as a male?
So he's a New Yorker. So, he adjusted just fine. He purchased a massage, I would say it's massage parlor. Like, it's a massage store, a massage place. And doing really well with that. Has some online businesses. But yeah, the adjustment was the same. We got there looking for the Black neighborhoods or the Black people, because we're Americans and we're used to being divided. And it took us like 6 months to realize that they don't have it. And his brother said, "You guys stay at one of the nicest buildings in Manchester, and you're looking for Black people." Because it's classism. There's still classism.
Right.
So I think that's probably the most fairest thing. If you have money, come here, no matter what you look like. And if you don't have money, go there, because that's just your circumstances. That's more fair, I guess, as opposed to discriminating against your skin color. I don't know, another podcast, but okay.
So I spoke to a young lady, and it was the Thailand edition, and she talked about the self-care, $6 massages 1 hour, $8 massage 1 hour, $6 manicure. And she loved the fact that she didn't have to wake up and feel like she needed to make herself up the way you do in America.
Do you see I got rid of my lashes? I took my lashes out. Yes. So you see my nails? Like, I quit. I told everybody I quit. Like, I don't have to do it over there. I don't have to. So I'm like, y'all are taking me like this. I'm growing my hair out natural. This ain't it. Thank you though. But underneath here, I'm growing it out. I want to just, it's so chill. It is so chill. It's so relaxed. Like, I don't have to have a full beat.
So with seeing the difference in culture, do you miss the culture of America?
You do. Like, so when I'm relaxed over there and I'm there for 4 months and all I've been doing is wearing sweats and sneakers, sometimes I want to get fly, put on some lashes. And then I'm like, but there are premieres and stuff and places and events that I can go to, but people are never, I mean, I'm not gonna say never. There are some women there that are over the top like we are, like that come. I saw some women from the Philippines when I was in Amsterdam. I was like all over them. I'm like, oh my God, where are you guys from? They were like drenched in Chanel. They smelled like a $400 bottle of cologne. I was like, oh my God, where are you guys from? I want to be your friends. Because they were like the only people in Amsterdam that looked like that. I had to derobe and take everything off and kind of like blend in because we really stand out. Like Amsterdam is a place that's not like that. But if you go to Milan and you go to France, you're putting your stuff back on because those are more stylish type places. So, I mean, I do miss it. That's the privilege. You got the passport. You can pop over here and spend the summer with your girls and get your fix and then go back.
That's cool. So seems like you're well traveled. What's that one place that's just special to you?
So
if you had to choose.
I did a post about that too. Y'all are not gonna make me choose. I'm not gonna do it. Greece provides what Greece provides. It's very relaxing. There's no tzatziki sauce like it in the world. Okay. There's not a bluer ocean. Then Bali is peaceful. You just find your zen, your center. I mean, then there's Venice. There's Venice. There is nothing like it. There is nothing like the food is exquisite. I mean, and all of the architect everywhere. I mean, that just architect and just spread it across everything I'm saying. Like the building, the monuments, the history. There's just, I'm not picking.
Yeah. So when it's time to sit down and just say, you know what, this is going to be my final resting spot, where would that be?
I'm on a journey. I'm on a journey to decide. Okay. I'm on a journey. Yes.
Maybe part 2 or 3, we'll stay on this ride a little longer.
Close I'm getting, yeah.
Listen, definitely appreciate the time, you sharing, your story with us. So part why this segment is important to us is we have a online teaching platform called Skyton Academy, where we teach the future of finance. And we also go into health and wellness, personal professional development. So it's more of a holistic approach to learning, right? Not the one-stop shop, come learn how to make millions of dollars. We do lead with cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, knowing that is the future, AI, automation. So I don't know how much you know about that, but are you seeing a lot of tech around the world being driven, or do you see the US being a tech hub?
We think we're a tech hub.
We think.
No. And that's what made me reach out to you. A lot of the stuff you were saying, like especially crypto, they use it in England. It's not a big deal. Spain, all of that. And I saw it on a post. I saw someone posted, say they're accepting crypto to sell the house, and a lot of people aren't versed on it. They still think it's a scam. But yeah, no, we are not the tech hub. No. No. There's so much technology around the world that just far surpassed us. Like you're just like amazed. Like there are some things that we are definitely good at. Like there's some things that they do not come close, and healthcare is one. I know that I can tell you why I'm saying this. You just have to trust me on this. But yeah, they're not the tech hub.
Yeah. We talk about this all the time, and that's, our students think we have a crystal ball, but we just follow what's happening in the world, because everything then comes here. So that is the testing ground to a lot of things. Not that the United States can't innovate. It's just a lot easier to watch.
Do you know how they get away with it? I figured it out. You know how they're getting away with everything they're doing? It's a gift and a curse. Like us being so far, that's why we were so safe from being attacked and all that stuff. Yep. But it's also why we're so ignorant, because we're so far.
So far. It's just us.
They can tell us anything. We're in our own little world island over here. And we're in this whole, it's a facade. I'm like, y'all, that's not cheese. So like we're so far removed, so they can just tell us and feed us anything. Like even the war that's going on, we don't realize how real and how big and how serious that war is because we're over here. But when I'm over there, I feel close to it. Like people are picketing and families are crying. Like I can touch and feel it over there. Over here, it's just like on the news and it's not affected, but that does affect elections, it affects a lot of stuff. It affects prices, like wars affect everything. And if you're not paying attention to those things, you don't know how to move with your money. Like I said, so I'll go on and on.
Listen, I love your page. If you want to share your page, I know you share a lot of your journey on there. How can we find you?
Yes, the broker who travels, where at any given time, the page will change.
Part of that journey. I love it. All right, Champ.
Yes.
Take us out.
All right, guys. So that wraps up an insightful discussion with Valyn. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences and your unique challenges and rewards of expat life. That is going to wrap up Expat Life Part 2, Living in the UK with Valyn. You guys stay tuned for more. We'll see you guys on the next one.